Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I know I haven't done a video in a very long time, and just a quick intro is I will probably be popping in and out with messages until I'm kind of got the ball rolling again, until I'm ready to be like a more consistent channel for spirit and God. Today I have a very specific message for you though, so if you found this video, hello, thank you for being here. This is a message for you that has come through really strongly, and the message I actually asked God and my ancestors to really give me a really strong message to give to you guys that will help you right now, right this moment. And this message is, what are you so afraid of? And this is something that has been coming up for myself, where I've just been feeling really scared to do anything, to be a certain way, to look a certain way. And I've just been terrified. And I suddenly got, what are you so afraid of? And then it kind of made me have this long conversation with myself about why I feel so afraid and what emotions are coming up for me. And if you are new here, I'm the sort of person on this channel, I'm the sort of person to kind of look deep into stuff, and I go more the emotional route. And the emotions were coming up were really deep. They were really deep stuff. So I can tell this is a very deep message, and I'm getting tingles all over my body. It just feels really heavy, but really amazing. It feels like a birth. It feels like once you get through this part, on the other side, it's going to feel a lot easier. So if it doesn't feel easy right now, just know that that's okay. It is going to feel a lot easier. This bit is just a kind of uncomfortable bump in the road. So the main thing I got was, why are you so scared? What is coming up for you? What is the feelings? And most of the time with this type of feeling, it feels like this feeling of ridicule. So most likely in your life, you've been ridiculed. There's probably been quite strong toxic people in your life that have made you feel really low, really lackluster, and like you don't deserve anything. And this is a really big time for especially empaths, highly sensitive people who have dealt with a lot of people pleasing tendencies. It's your time now to break out of these cycles. And if you're used to doing things for everyone else, being there for somebody else, you're not going to be used to doing stuff for yourself. So that's why you're probably feeling like this right now, and you've not come to this reading for no reason. So I love to pull a healing oils deck card. I love this deck. It's such a beautiful deck. I've kind of come away from my tarot more. I'm more into just oracle cards, just pictures, and anything that just helps me communicate what I want to communicate. And the two herbs we've got is coriander, and we got lemon eucalyptus. Okay, coriander says it heightens happiness and creativity, and lemon eucalyptus is it energizes the spirit. So most likely you have not been feeling very happy, or you kind of been you've struggled with feelings of happiness, wondering, okay, what is happiness? What does it look like for me? How is it going to come up for me? And how can I create happiness? And the main thing I want you to know is that you'll find this so like bland to say this, but you'll find this when you're meant to find it. Okay, happiness is not going to look like what it used to look like for you, and it doesn't cost anything. Okay, so for some of you guys, it might be that you feel like you have to pay for something or buy something to get happiness. It actually is not like that. Of course, we need to buy certain things to maintain a certain stability, like our house and our clothes and our health and things like that. But happiness is something that you probably haven't had for a long time. Maybe a lot of your life you've had to be really responsible, and you've had to be an adult, and you've had to be very serious. And your guides and God is really pulling you towards becoming a lot more comfortable with knowing that you are a whole person fully now, and you always have been. You've just never really been taught that you are a whole person right now. Like, you are a whole person, and with or without these people in your life, nothing is ever going to change. You're still going to be your beautiful self, and your soul is always going to be amazing and infinite. So one thing that will really help your confidence is, another essential oil is rosemary. Rosemary is just amazing. It's really good for hair growth. It's really good for memory and your confidence. So rosemary is really good. These are all essential oils, but you can obviously eat them as well. You can eat rosemary, you can eat coriander, lemon eucalyptus, not, you can't eat that, but you can put it in like a diffuser or something. Herbs are just amazing at supporting us when we're going through some weird stuff or we just want to relax. Like, I always recommend herbs, I just love them so much, so definitely recommend those. So that is going to be to help you. So that's more of like the health, more like the physical side. Let's have a look at the emotional side and we'll see what comes up. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. I'll put you guys right there. Self-doubt. Okay, I know these are upright. Let's have a look. Right, we have self-doubt. I'm going to put the microphone in my mouth again. So we have self-doubt. Can you see the colours? I want you to really look at that dark red. What does that feel for you? What is coming up in your body when you see that? Do you feel safe? Do you feel anxious? Because it's to do with the root chakra. A lot of the feelings we're going through right now is the root is kind of maintaining this feeling of like safety and maintaining this feeling of everything's okay. And it is, everything is okay. Oh, got another one. Another dark red one. Stillness, number 32. Trust, number 19. And we have childhood, number 21. So you know when this comes up, we're going to get deep. We're not done yet. So when it comes to your childhood, okay, this resonates for you. This video is definitely for you. When it's come to your childhood, you've really struggled to trust yourself and trust other people because you've never really had people in your life that you can fully trust. It's always been this feeling of, as long as I act this way, they'll stick around. As long as I look a certain way, they'll stick around. As long as I'm like them or I adapt to them, they'll stick around. And the main thing that's coming up with this feeling is you're letting go of all of that. And that's why it's so uncomfortable for you. That's why life has been feeling really, really weird, because you are learning how to trust yourself and you're learning how to be still and not be distracted and feel all these feelings that haven't been able to be felt probably since you're about 6 years old. Okay, so when we're children, we innately look to our parents to protect us. And if they're not there to protect us, if they have opposing views, or if they have their own stuff going on, or they are narcissists, or they have like toxic tendencies, it can be really hard to trust yourself, because those people who are supposed to love you might have struggled to love you because of their own stuff. Okay, so the main thing that's really coming up is this feeling of needing to be in the emotions that are coming up, like not ignoring them, not avoiding them, and just recognizing that self-doubt is fleeting. It's not going to be there forever. It will go. The main thing I want you to just look at for yourself is like, why is this coming up for me now? And what can I do to make sure that I'm being as me as possible? Because the worst thing you want to do is try and manifest some friends or try and buy yourself, I don't know, something new to make yourself feel better, and then afterwards it just doesn't make yourself feel better because all you're doing is masking, all you're doing is covering up whatever is going on. So the main thing I feel for you is just your childhood has just been very, very hard, and it has shaped you in your adulthood now. And at this point, it's a really good point for you to let go of all of that old stuff. You are not this person anymore. You are not insecure. You are not someone who has a lot of self-doubt. You're just feeling these feelings. They're not you. They're not your personality. Okay? So I want you to recognize that you are so perfect just the way you are. And there isn't anything about you that you have to change or shift to be in a group of people who love you, to have people around you who love you, to be able to have abundance, to be able to have money, to be worthy of things, because you don't have to be worthy of things. You just have to know that you're worthy, because you are. Sometimes when we've been taught that we're not worthy or there's something wrong with us, we then, as an adult, we create that. We say, oh, I'm too poor for this, or I can't afford this, or, you know, that person will never like me. Why do you say those things to yourself? Why? And most likely it's because you've been told those things, or you've been around people who have acted like that, and then you've taken that on as your personality because it was safe for you at the time. This is not who you are. This is not who you are. This is not your personality. It's part of it, but it's not your full self. Your full self is confident, it's safe, it's still, it's patient, it's relaxed. You're not an anxious person. You're just a person who struggles with anxiety. And something that has really helped me today is just going in nature. So for any of you guys who need this right now, go in nature. Go get some nature, because it really, really helps. And a lot of this life that we're living right now is very fake. We're around a lot of fake stuff. I mean, this plant is fake. We're around a lot of fake stuff. Everything has got chemicals in it. Just look after yourself. Simplify your life. And I know it feels a bit confusing, but what are you scared of? What are you so afraid of? What is making you feel like you can't be who you really are? Because trust me, when someone comes along and they see you being you, they're going to want to be themselves. You are a ripple. You create ripples, and people join in that ripple, and it creates a wave. So if you're not being yourself, you're not giving other people permission to be themselves. You are somebody who is going to create a lot of change on this planet, and sometimes the people who create the most change go through the most. So it's okay. This is not unusual. This is something that you're going through, and you're going to come out the other side. And I don't feel like it's going to last long, to be honest. I think it's almost like I can see like a wave, like those heart rate monitors that go up like that, and you can see the heart rate. It looks like it's going up, up, up. It's almost like you're reaching the top and then you're going to go back down again. So if you're feeling really anxious, obviously be good with your diet, be good with your body, and just give yourself joy. Don't think, oh, because I feel anxious I can't give myself joy. No, you can do anything. You need to shake up your body as well. Sometimes going for runs or moving your body can really help as well. So that was the message. The main thing I want you to know is you're also learning to trust. Like, this is giving you an opportunity to trust yourself. When you're feeling anxious, you're like, what is it in me that I don't trust about myself? And why is that coming up? Most of the time, it's probably because of your childhood. It's probably because of people around you. It could have been that one person who said that thing that really hurt you, and you've just taken that on as your personality now. So much of our lives is driven by other people's opinions, and they're mostly negative opinions. And unfortunately, if we feel that's true with us, we take it on. If you don't think it's true, you won't care. If someone says, oh, you're so ugly, and you're not ugly, then you won't think that. So know that this is something that's going to change, it's going to shift, and your childhood doesn't define who you are. Yes, sometimes some of you guys, your childhood was really hard, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. It wasn't something that I know you would have chosen, and I know it's something that your younger self just wants to break free from it. So on the other side of this, you're going to do some amazing things, and that can be a new business, that can be a new relationship, that can be a new connection with a friend who you never knew you'd meet. But when you move through this anxiety, and also I do want to say, this anxiety is a cover up for something else. So anxiety, this is from somebody who, has had anxiety. And I say had because when I have anxiety, I know that it's not a full feeling. Anxiety is like a blanket. It's like a cover up for whatever is underneath. So say if you're not allowed to cry in your house, if you ever feel sad, most likely you'll feel anxious before you feel sad, because if you were never allowed to cry, it might be that the anxiety is masking over that sadness. So instead of feeling sad, you feel anxious, and you're like, why am I anxious? But actually you just need to cry, but you maybe don't know how to, or you were never allowed to cry, so it never came out. So I just want you to know that you're not an anxious person, okay? You have or probably have had anxiety, and it's coming up to show you what part of you is not living truly for you. And I know it's scary. I know it is. I can feel it. I know your confidence is like on the floor, but you're going to get there, and you're going to do an amazing job. And just know that you are needed, you are wanted, and you are valued. Okay, much love. Bye.